The news from Havana sent shockwaves around the world, marking the end of a life steeped in resistance, activism, and controversy. Assata Shakur, once a symbol of black liberation and a fugitive from American justice, has died at 78, leaving behind a legacy that is as complex as it is powerful. For decades, she lived in Cuba, finding refuge and forging a new life far from the country that once called her its most wanted woman. To some, she was a revolutionary icon, a beacon of hope and resistance. To others, she remained a convicted murderer, a symbol of violence and division. Her death reignites passionate debates about her legacy, serving as a potent symbol of unresolved American conflicts over race, justice, and the meaning of freedom. Activists and supporters see her as a freedom fighter, someone who stood up against oppression and inspired generations to demand change, while law enforcement and government officials continue to view her as a fugitive, a reminder of a turbulent era marked by violence and unrest. Her life story challenges us to confront difficult questions about justice, terrorism, and the enduring power of personal conviction in the face of adversity. Was she a political prisoner, targeted for her beliefs and activism, or a violent extremist whose actions crossed the line? Even now, her story remains fiercely contested, sparking heated arguments and deep reflection across generations. Assata Shakur's narrative continues to resonate, echoing through ongoing discussions about race, justice, and the unfinished struggle for equality in America. Before Assata Shakur, there was Joanne Chesimard, a young activist from Queens, New York. Her political awakening began in college, but the Black Panther Party's call for self-determination and community empowerment deeply resonated with her. Disillusioned with internal conflicts, she joined the Black Liberation Army, advocating for armed struggle. This association put her in the crosshairs of federal law enforcement, facing accusations of criminal activities. Supporters saw her as a victim of a government campaign to silence a revolutionary. Authorities saw escalating violence. Her journey from activist to hunted revolutionary highlights the clash between black radical movements and the state. Her story set the stage for a life defined by resistance and controversy. The New Jersey Turnpike incident in 1973 would become the defining moment in Assata Shakur's life, forever altering her path and legacy. What began as an ordinary night on the highway quickly spiraled into chaos, drawing national attention and igniting fierce debate. A routine traffic stop escalated into a deadly shootout, leaving Trooper Werner Forster and Zaid Malik Shakur dead at the scene. The violence shocked the nation and set off a wave of controversy that would last for decades. Shakur, gravely wounded during the confrontation, maintained her innocence from the very beginning. She insisted she was shot with her hands raised in surrender, a claim that would become central to her defense and to her supporters' cause. Despite conflicting testimonies and contested evidence, Shakur was ultimately convicted of murder in a highly publicized trial. The proceedings were watched closely by the nation, with the courtroom often filled to capacity and the media swarming outside. To her supporters, she became a symbol of injustice and a political prisoner, while others viewed her conviction as justice served for a fallen officer. The case divided public opinion and fueled passionate protests across the country. Even behind bars, Shakur refused to be silenced. She wrote letters, inspired activists, and her words echoed far beyond prison walls, galvanizing movements for justice and equality. Her conviction set the stage for one of the most daring prison escapes in American history, leading to a dramatic life in exile that would only add to her legend. The trial, the protests, and her subsequent escape cemented Assata Shakur as a lasting symbol of resistance, her image painted on murals and carried on banners around the world. Her story, marked by tragedy and defiance, became a powerful testament to the era's deep societal divisions and the ongoing struggle for justice in America. In 1979, Assata Shakur's story took a dramatic turn with a daring prison escape. The Black Liberation Army orchestrated her breakout, elevating her to folk hero status. After years underground, she found sanctuary in Cuba, granted asylum by Fidel Castro. From Cuba, she became a voice of defiance, publishing her autobiography and inspiring new activists. Her presence in Cuba strained U.S.-Cuba relations, with relentless calls for her extradition. Despite pressure, Cuba never wavered, seeing her as a political refugee, not a fugitive. Her exile preserved her voice, transforming her into an enduring icon of revolution. The news of Assata Shakur's death reignites a fierce debate over her legacy, splitting public opinion and stirring old wounds. For some, she is a symbol of resistance and hope. For others, a fugitive who escaped justice. The question of who she truly was, saint or criminal, remains as divisive as ever. New Jersey officials express frustration and sorrow, lamenting her passing without ever facing a courtroom verdict. They see her as a reminder of unfinished business and a justice system denied closure. Meanwhile, activists gather to mourn a revolutionary ancestor, honoring her as a beacon for those who continue to fight against oppression and systemic injustice. Her words echo through the chants of modern movements, inspiring a new generation to question authority and demand change. Her autobiography remains a vital text, offering insight into the struggles and hopes of Black resistance, and serving as a guide for those seeking to understand the roots of protest. Through music, literature, and art, her story is kept alive, her influence woven into the cultural fabric, inspiring artists and activists alike. Yet, her image as a wanted fugitive lingers, immortalized in FBI posters and headlines, complicating her legacy. Her legacy is one of radical resistance and unresolved controversy, seen through irreconcilable lenses that reflect the nation's deepest divides. Her life story challenges us to reconsider the meaning of justice, freedom, and the boundaries between activism and terrorism, forcing uncomfortable questions about the price of dissent. It compels us to ask, who gets to write history, and whose truth ultimately prevails in the public memory? While her voice is now silenced, the debates and passions she sparked continue to burn. Her story endures as a testament to a turbulent chapter in American history, a reminder of the ongoing struggle for justice and equality. Assata Shakur's narrative remains a powerful symbol, one that continues to inspire, provoke, and challenge the nation's conscience.